Evening. This opens up our city council meeting for it's 6:11. City clerk, can I have the roll call?
Councilmember Carter,
Present.
Councilmember Allen,
Present.
Councilmember Marroquin,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Camarena,
Present.
Mayor Cranshaw.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Can we please stand for the pledge of allegiance? Tony, can you lead us, please?
Please join me in saluting the flag of our nation. Hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we could remain standing for our invocation. We pray.
Thank you, Father, again for this, the great grace that you've shown us. Again, we live in reasonable prosperity, stability, and peace compared to the rest of the world. We live in the best country in the world, and we thank you, Father, for that, not take it for granted, our health, our strength. We thank you for the city, our community, Father, and we pray for wisdom and help in doing the right things, the best things for our city going forward. Give us wisdom, Father, from above, making good decisions in all that we do. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Brinker.
Got you.
All right, for our public comments, the city council welcomes your input. At this time, members of the public may address the city council and any matters not listed on the posted agenda. Pursuant to the Brown Act, no action will be taken on any issues brought forth under public comments. We ask that you please complete a speaker slip and submit it to the city clerk prior to the start of the meeting. Although you are not required to identify yourself, this information on the speaker slip will assist the mayor that all persons wishing to address the city council are recognized, and also assist the city clerk in pre-planning the city council meeting minutes. Unless the mayor extends your time, there will be a 3-minute limit placed on each public presentation. Any information provided on the speaker slip is voluntary and will be public record. City clerk, do we have any?
Yes, Mayor, we have two. They're right in front.
Do I have?
Yes.
Okay. If I may call up Robert Powell, please.
Is the mic on? Is it on? Yes. Okay. Good evening, Mayor Cranshaw and City Council. My name is Robert Powell, and I live in Imperial. I have some information that I think will be interesting to you and certainly pertinent to your duties. I'd like to read some emails that have surfaced lately. I'm just going to go through these emails. The first one is from Kathleen Lang, CEO of Imperial County. Subject GIS request is to Bryant Fabula, a county employee. Good morning. As soon as possible, please provide data for me as follows. The region of the proposed data center, Clark and Ayton Road, existing risks, including rail lines, refinery, natural gas lines, air flight path, any other potential risks you may know of or identify. This is a confidential ask at this point. It is urgent. Mr. Fabula responded. Date is December 11th. Importance high. Dr. K, please let me know if you have any difficulties viewing the report below. Here is a comprehensive risk assessment based on the location and scale of the project. He proceeded to advise Ms. Lang on risks to the data center, but he included some information on the risks from the data center itself, and I'm sure you guys are at least peripherally aware of the data center. Regarding battery energy storage system, BESS, fire. The battery energy storage system, BESS, included in the site plan is of significant consideration. Its stated capacity stands at 862 megawatts per hour, which would currently be the 13th largest in the world. Specific battery energy storage system related risks: battery storage fire, thermal runaway, If a single unit fails, it can propagate to neighboring units. Tesla megapacks are lithium iron phosphate, although generally safer than other pack types, still emit toxic gases during a failure. Toxic plume. A lithium ion fire would release hydrogen fluoride, carbon monoxide, hydrogen cyanide, toxic metals, and other particulates. Given the proximity to Victoria Ranch and nearby schools, a shelter-in-place or evacuation order would be almost immediate. These chemicals have the potential to cause chemical burns and severe respiratory injury. Similar incidents at the PG&E Moss Landing facility using similar Tesla megapacks in 2022 and in January 2025 resulted in a 2-mile evacuation radius. 2 miles would include about the edge of this building here, almost probably a third of El Centro. Road closures and evacuation orders were issued in those incidents. So I just want to make you guys aware of what Kathleen wrote back, if I can find it here. She responded basically, and I'm paraphrasing a bit, that she's only interested, is my time up?
Yes.
Can I have a little extra time?
Yes, Mr. Powell, and I would ask, look, I think this information certainly is germane. Certainly, you could also forward this to us and we would get it as a council. But I do want to give you, I'm going to give you a couple extra minutes to finish
Appreciate
up.
that.
But I would like to see if you had a closing, I want to make sure you get to that.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you. It's a very, very short, but she basically responded that she was only interested in the what the present conditions were at the site, not what would come from this project. Okay? And just to let you know, in case you think this is not much of a risk, please pay attention to these numbers. This data center is 862 megawatts per hour of battery storage, and according to county correspondence, is to be the 13th largest in the world. The Kinder Morgan gas facility, gasoline storage facility, is 850 feet away. It is about 39.5 million gallons of gas. In May of 2024, the Otay Mesa battery energy storage facility fire took 17 days to extinguish. This is recent, May of 2024, right down the road in San Diego. This is only a 250 megawatt per hour facility. So a third of the size. Took 17 days to extinguish. In September 2024, a 30 megawatt per hour facility in Escondido fire resulted in 500 nearby businesses evacuated because of fumes. 500 businesses. And in January of 2025, a Moss Landing, California, 750 megawatt facility fire resulted in 1,500 residents being evacuated. So in closing, if the residents of El Centro or yourselves have been sitting and watching this fight and what's going on here with the county and their lack of disclosing these kind of things to the public before approving this project, and if you've been just watching for the sidelines, you do have a dog in this fight. And it may be time for you to get involved. The city of Imperial is suing the county for lack of impact analysis. There's a reason. They're looking out for the residents. So I hope you will closely consider what I have to say. I've learned a lot about this situation and this project. I did used to write CEQA documents for IID, so I know a little bit about the subject and happy to chat with you. Thank you so much for the extra time. I appreciate it.
Mr. Powell, we appreciate you bringing that information forward. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, it might also be pertinent to state to the public, we appreciate public comment, but the public comment needs to be germane to the topics that are subject to the city's jurisdiction, please.
I think evacuation, potential evacuation of residents, fire response is probably perfect.
And I can appreciate both of those. That's the nexus on that. So we'll move on to Jake Tyson, please.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. I'm Jake Tyson and council. I've been here once before. I'm going to just back up Robert just a little bit. Sorry, and I won't take longer than 3 minutes. But what he's talking about is really first responders, putting first responders at risk and massive evacuation from this facility. And you know, we just found out last week about with these emails. Okay, and the whole time we've been battling, you know, our lives. We've changed our lives to fight this stuff. right? No one's paying me. No one's paying Mr. Powell. No one's paying anyone. Okay. We've been trying to fight for the citizens here in this county and the people in El Centro. I live here in El Centro. We would be affected too. Okay. If Imperial got evacuated from something of this size and this nature, okay, what would happen? You know, what if there's like a 9-point earthquake, a 9.0? Would that be a normal thing we would see here in this valley? Yes, absolutely there would be. And so if we have multiple of these battery storage farms, something happened, because that's how it happens. Something, you know, lithium just goes like that, boom. You know, it doesn't spark and it starts to smoke, and then somebody sees it in this sensor and okay, let's go put it out. You can't put it out. And this county does not have the fire capacity, response capacity, sorry, to put it out. So it would just burn. Smoke, toxic smoke in the air. You know, it could hurt your lungs. It could burn your skin, right? And so what do we have, like two hospital beds in between two hospitals right now that are available? I mean, what will we do? And this is all because, you know, the developer has tried to push this in as a ministerial label, all right? And so we're all going to court over it. I'm going to court over it. He's suing me. He's suing Corey Suzuki from KBBS. He's suing everybody. In fact, you know, I'm part of the team that's putting together the Prohibition Act against data centers in unincorporated areas. The cities will have to deal with it on their own. But he's suing us. He's suing Lindsay Dell at the Register of Voters. So he's trying to squash, you know, the will of the people. So, you know, just for, you know, and we're trying to figure out, is the county trying to protect this project, or are they trying to protect this developer, right? But at the same time, what's being played into this hand of cards is the health and the welfare of the citizens who live here, and it would affect all of us. So anyway, that's where I am.
Yes, and Mr. Tyson, I think collectively you've been able to put that information out. Certainly, we understand that in the air there is no map.
Yeah.
We certainly understand that, but we appreciate that information, and we will keep that and it's part of our decision making if anything comes our way. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to figure out partnerships with water and stuff like that. Just, you know, everybody just needs to stop hiding this stuff beyond you know, the level with everybody. You know, transparency. That's what CEQA provides anyway. It's just transparency.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Clerk, do we have any other comments?
None other, Mayor.
And online? No.
None, no.
All right, we'll move into presentations and announcement, proclamation, International Firefighters Day. Chief Bernal.
Well, good evening, Mayor and Council. You're going to read off a proclamation there, and I'm glad.
Well, I'd like to give you your opportunity, and then
Yeah, no
I didn't know
problem.
that you knew about that. So.
I do. When we have the opportunity to have a former high-ranking police official come up and thank the fire department, probably making dreams come true for you.
That hurts. That really hurts.
I know you've been waiting for this moment for a long time, so. That's it. No. So, no, we want to thank you very much because of recognizing the hard work the fire department does do. And we'd like to thank the council for their support, because without your support, you know, the job would be a lot harder. And we've really felt that support and some of the advocacy from the council members in terms of the betterment of the fire department and making sure that we have the equipment and the resources and hopefully the facilities in the future that we need to continue to serve the community. It's a very, very much an honor to have you recognize our personnel. Like I said, they do the hard work. I get the opportunity to come up here and just say a few kind words, but the men behind me are the ones doing it day to day, making sure that the citizens and the guests of our community are safe and in good hands. And that goes for PD as well, you know, is that public safety in general, right? When a citizen or a guest calls 911, their expectation is that when we arrive on scene, we have an answer, that we can make something that is going terribly wrong turn out with a positive outcome. And That's unbeknownst to the community, that's the highest compliment that they can pay us, is that when they call 911, they know that the people, the men and women of public safety are going to come and do their very best to solve that problem. And I take that as a great compliment because I work with the greatest set of problem solvers that there is that fire no longer does us justice in terms of the description of what we do as an agency, right? That's been rooted in tradition as a fire department, but we're more than that. We are an all hazards, all risk department. We do much more hazardous materials. We do medical calls. We do the fires. We do rescues. We do anything and everything that you can think of, from the stereotypical cat in a tree all the way to a fire. And I can tell you, I've seen some animals in some funny places. So yeah, we have done it all. But without the men in the fire department and men and women, you know, they're the ones who make it work. So we appreciate this opportunity to have them recognized for the good work that they do day in and day out. So I thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Markey?
Well, Chief, and all of the firefighters that are in the audience, you know, we certainly do appreciate all of the service to the community. You know, that I at home have personally had the pleasure of welcoming some of these gentlemen into our home when we've had issues, you know, because I have a brother that's disabled. And so, you know, it's that peace of mind knowing that you're there to help when help is needed. So thank you. And, you know, even when it comes to the animals, the kitty cats in the trees, and, you know, this is because when you said that, that's the first thing that popped into my mind. So thank you.
Chief Bernal, we just want to say thank you and to all of your fire guys, and we're actually very proud of you and what you do. We really appreciate, I mean, we take for granted, because we live in peace, because, you know, we call 911, just like you said, and we get our problems mitigated. We take that so much for granted. We're very thankful for what you do and your guys being there every day, every hour. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you to you and your staff. Our family is forever grateful. I just think back, and I always remember that with our parents. If it wasn't for somebody coming so quickly, what could have happened? So we just thank you. And thank you for everything that you do for the community, and everything that you do as far as coming out, and all of you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you.
Same, I just want to say thank you. And I'm glad you brought up the part of the hazardous fumes and material that your staff, you know, also works with, because it's something that can't be ignored. You know, unfortunately, a lot of people who are exposed to those type of things, if we don't have the right equipment, from the extractors to the suits to everything, they can lead to long-term illness and so forth like that. And that's the last thing we want for any of our staff and our first responders. We want to make sure that those equipment and those things are given, and to make sure that, again, you know, I want to just jump into the community effort. You know, I know that the open house for the fire department, you know, children, I was there this last time, and the children just loved it. You know, the interaction, putting out a fire, and, you know, that's where dreams are made, by seeing our staff, you know, our city firemen out there interacting with them, and those little seeds are planted in those little hearts, and hopefully those will be our future employees. So we know that you stay a lot of time away from home. We acknowledge and know more than you think we do, and we're very grateful for it, and we do our best to be able to show that to you all. Thank you.
Here's the moment.
And you got to the kitty cat before the tree before I did. So.
Are your eyes watering?
No,
Oh,
not yet. Not yet. But we'll see. We'll see.
No. I would like a picture of Chief, if I could. That way he could buy ice cream for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I know the tradition, so. Absolutely. It's always been in jest that the police and fire and the back and forth, and I've done 3 decades of it, and give and take. But you hit it on the nail when you talked about public safety. Very rarely do they call us when they're having a good day. That's not what the call is. And so we need to be very mindful of the day that they're having when we get there, both police and fire. And And I think that that really speaks to the profession on both sides of the coin. And we are a team, certainly a team in El Centro, and I'm extremely proud of that. So with that, I don't know if you know that, I have a proclamation for you. So, and it's going to be tough for me to read this, so.
Give it to me.
I'll suck it up. And do it. All right. The City of El Centro Proclamation, International Firefighters Day, May 4th, 2026. Whereas firefighters answer the call for service at all hours, placing the needs of the community above their own. They serve with courage, compassion, and unwavering commitment to the protection of life, property, and the environment. And whereas these brave, dedicated individuals respond to fires, natural disasters, medical emergencies, and other critical incidents, often at a great personal risk. And whereas firefighters play a vital role in safeguarding our community through prevention, education, emergency preparedness, they exemplify the highest ideas of public service, demonstrating selflessness, integrity, resilience in the face of danger. And whereas we honor and recognize our firefighters who have made the ultimate sacrifice, including those who have been injured or lost their lives in the line of duty. And whereas the mayor and city council express our deepest gratitude to both the career and volunteer firefighters for their tireless service and their vital role in safeguarding our community, we thank the El Centro Fire Department for their service, their bravery, their commitment, and public safety. Now, therefore, I, Michael Crankshaw, Mayor of the City of El Centro, State of California, do hereby proclaim May 4, 2026 as International Firefighters Day in the City of El Centro.
Thank you very much. Real quick plug, next Tuesday morning, the 12th of May at 9 a.m., we will be swearing in 4 additional firefighters to our fire department.
Wow.
Yes.
Chief, could we have your team come up,
Great.
maybe? This is, these guys would rather run into a fire than come up here right now. I totally get it.
We get a couple of you guys on this side? One more on this.
Oh, my gosh. Are you policing or are you buying?
Very good. That was.
Thank you. All right.
How's it going?
Hi.
This way back, I almost took a header.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
Going down.
good to see you.
Good night, sir.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I appreciate it.
Oh, man. Put your hands down first.
Hey, you know who won't be here?
All right, we'll move on to item number 2, and we'll go from one chief to another.
Yes.
National Police Officers Week. Police Chief Kelly Brown.
Well, pretty common, the fire department wants to show. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council. Again, this is the second week in a row that I got to come before you where you guys are recognizing our staff. And I'll echo what Chief Bernal said. I'm just the face of the department, right? It's the men and women that wear the uniform that are up late at night, working through those late night shifts or those 16, 17-hour shifts that, come with being a police officer or a detective. They really are the ones doing the work. So again, this is just another representation of your guys' support for our department. I'm truly blessed to be the chief of this amazing city. So thank you again. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys have, but, I'm in awe over the fact that we get to come up twice in 2 weeks to be recognized. So thank you for that.
Deputy Chief, you have anything, or? I saw you back there, so I'm
He
gonna.
was supposed to come up with me, but.
No, nothing to add. I've had the honor and privilege to work with 4 separate law enforcement agencies throughout my entire tenure as a police officer. And I can truly say I'm very blessed to work with the men and women of the El Centro Police Department. I think we're very fortunate, and our community should also feel blessed to know that we have some true warriors. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Councilman Carter, do you have?
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. Take it back to your staff. Like you just said that if it wasn't for your staff, there would be no you. So please, thank you for everything that you all do. And please keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't go unnoticed.
Thank you.
Councilman Markey?
Oh. You went from one end to the other.
Hey, there's no rhyme or reason with me.
Well, I should say chiefs, this is like just, again, just my sentiment in terms of, the gratefulness in terms of public safety that, I just express to all of you and the officers that are in the room, thank you for always keeping our community safe, for giving our residents that peace of mind that you're there to help when help is needed. And, and also on another note, I'd like to just say that can't wait for the new station to be completed. And, and that's another thing that I hope that, is going to be something, big and significant for your department and the years to come, because it's beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, and we're getting closer.
Yes.
A couple months away, and we're looking at scheduling the ribbon cutting ceremony.
I'm looking forward to that.
I teased the contractor today. I said, you waited to the summer to do this, right?
So again, just want to say how, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but how proud we are of our police department and you guys and all that you do. When fire gets a call, we hear about it because there's sirens everywhere. But when you get call after call after call after call all day long, I don't have time to listen to a scanner, right? So you're getting called all day long. We just take you so much for granted. So we're so thankful for what you do. You're cutting edge. What do you call it? Real time, that you're working on real time.
Crime Center.
Crime Center. Yes. Cutting edge. So we're very grateful, very thankful for, man, the quality that you do more with less. And we're trying to help you with that. But you do it. You do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
He went where I was going to go. First of all, the thank you to all the officers for protecting our city, our residents, and our properties. But also the fact of what he touched on right now was doing more with less.
Yes.
And that's not something that for both. I'm happy to hear fire is hiring their 4, and at least that'll bring them up to the numbers I think that were in place then. But I think it's important for both departments that we make sure that we have the numbers that are, as far as employees, up to date, so that our employees don't get burned out with having to do more with less. And that's, like I said, for both fire and police, because we can move forward in time, but if we don't have the correct bodies in place to be able to keep up with the growth that our city has endured, during this time, we are, maybe stretching the line. And so I appreciate, and I see fire still here, but so both departments that are doing what they need to do with the number of people that we have right now, and know that we're looking at ways to be able to bring those numbers up to standard as to what they should be in this day and age. So thank you for everything that the department does, from everyone from the janitor to dispatch to our men and women in the field, and to our management. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Chief, I've always expressed from up here that I am like super jealous that you have this beautiful station and we had this lipstick pig that we used to work out of, it seemed like. So I look at the young officers and I was realizing that when I started patrol that we didn't have cell phones. I mean, I know that you used to joke that I would tie up the horse, but I wasn't that far. But things have changed drastically. You know, I'm still vested. I have several different facets of my family in law enforcement. And so I still get to hear the stories. I just don't get to be a part of them. And I'm a little bit sad and a little bit happy all at the same time. I know every day what you go through. And I certainly always ask, you know, this is just my own personal thing. I ask St. Michael's to open your wings and protect our public safety as they work each night. So with that being said, I'd like to reach out and read this proclamation for you. You get one too. The City of El Centro proclamation of National Police Officers Week, May 10th through the 16th, 2026. Whereas law enforcement officers play a vital role in safeguarding our lives, property, and the rights of all citizens, and work tirelessly maintaining the peace and order within our community. And whereas police officers demonstrate unwavering courage, integrity, and dedication as they respond to emergencies, crime prevention, build meaningful relationships within the communities they serve. And whereas the work of the law enforcement requires personal sacrifice, placing officers in harm's way to protect others, we honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty and recognize that lasting impact of their service. Police officers understand the tremendous responsibility bestowed upon them in protecting the freedom and the liberty of the citizens. And whereas the families of law enforcement officers provide essential support, sharing the challenges and sacrifices that come with the commitment to public service. They recognize the dangers of the law enforcement profession and understand the difficulties in performing the duties of a law enforcement officer. And whereas the mayor and city council proudly honor the men and women of law enforcement and recognize National Police Officer Week as an opportunity to thank and to show the support to our law enforcement officers in the city of El Centro, who devote themselves to delivering exceptional service in their bravery, their dedication, and their daily risk they undertake in service to our community. Now, therefore, I, Michael Crankshaw, Mayor of the City of El Centro, State of California, do hereby proclaim May 10th through the 16th, 2026 as National Police Officers Week in the City of El Centro.
Chief.
You want to bring your troops down?
Yes, guys, come on.
I was here. I worked elbows with these guys, so. These ones, they're young. Yeah. These are the youngsters. I worked with these old OGs. You're unbalanced. It's usually your job to balance people out, isn't it?
Thank you.
So, Mr. Mayor, before we move on, I told the fire chief I wasn't going to do this, but after hearing his comments, I did want to point out the fact that we allowed them to go first this time because normally the police department's on scene first. We wanted them to have an opportunity. So, thank you for that.
Where's Bernal?
He will have to watch that dig
Yes.
on video.
Online.
Where is he at?
He left.
You can relay the message.
I expect nothing less. Well, then there's been a lot of love going on. So, all right, presentation. Item number 3 regarding Lithium Valley. Tyler Brickenhoff. Did I get that? I'm sorry. Hopefully I said that correctly.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and fellow public, thank you for the opportunity to be able to present today on Lithium Valley. I am here representing the Imperial Valley Regional Chamber of Commerce Foundation and grant which was funded by SB 125. And today I'm here to share about what is Lithium Valley. And Lithium Valley is an initiative of the County of Imperial located in the northern region of the county near the Salton Sea, with the city of Calipatria as the nearest incorporated city, spanning approximately 51,000 acres of unincorporated county land. The area is guided by 2 draft planning documents released by Imperial County. The draft Lithium Valley Specific Plan, which establishes a long-term framework for geothermal energy, lithium production, manufacturing, infrastructure, and conservation through land use and zoning policies, and the draft Program Environmental Impact Report, which evaluates potential environmental impacts, identifies mitigation measures, and supports future development by addressing issues such as air quality, water, transportation, and biological and cultural responses. Sorry, I know that was a lot, but and so here is some information that I won't go over all of the details because it's all available online with a QR code that I will share at the end. But roughly $800,000 was awarded to be able to do this public awareness and to promote public engagement. And so nonprofits such as the Chamber Foundation could be able to share this. And this is where Lithium Valley is located. And it's really an area, a vision of what we have to that area, the opportunity for preservation and development. And we are already harvesting clean energy in harmony with agriculture at that with these plants, which are they're doing geothermal energy at this time, whereas traditional lithium mining is generally catastrophic to the environment with evaporation ponds and hard rock mining. We already have the infrastructure at hand with the geothermal plants which are in place. And so this is essentially how it would work if it were to be set in place. And it's more the brine is more than a mile deep, and it is a replenishment cycle. And so they would be adding the lithium component there, replacing, extracting the lithium from the brine, and then putting it back down more than a mile into the earth. And there's currently 3 companies which are interested in pursuing this lithium opportunity. And these are the 3 there, the BHE Renewables, Controlled Thermal Resources, and Energy Source Minerals. And the county is taking these steps to develop these reports. And there's educational opportunities such as the IVC LIFT program and SDSU STEM campus, as well as health impact analysis. And these are what is the specific plan and the PEIR. These are CEQA requires this to be done before any building can take place. And so the county hired 2 companies as a development guide to see the potential impacts that the area, and this is made for the public to view. And so there's a lot in vision that can be opportunities with this lithium. And with that, the public comment time ended in March. However, that was for the current draft, and they are continuing to make drafts afterwards, which will have more opportunity for public comment. And that QR code will take you to the draft environmental impact report and study. So that is the end of my presentation, and I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Elliott, do you have anything?
We always appreciate information. You know, I'm used to work on the East Mesa and geothermal, and so I know a little bit about geothermal, but I'm not an expert, so I really appreciate, knowledgeable, a great presentation. Facts are always great. We want to know that. So thank you for bringing that in. It just helps to disseminate good information.
Thank you.
Councilman Markey?
I was just, I was looking through your presentation as you were speaking, Mr. Brinkerhoff, and I was just wondering, so have these companies that are lined up here, is it Oxy, CTR Energy, have they actually started extracting anything
They have
yet?
not, no.
How long do you anticipate before that starts to happen?
So before anything happens, that's why they did this report of the environmental impact.
Mhm.
And any further questions regarding the specific details can be able to be forwarded to the through the website referral on that. So that's the
Because I know this has been in the works for quite some
Correct,
time now,
yes.
and that's why I was curious as to, any idea as to when all of the extraction will begin, just curious.
timeline.
So.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I just want to thank you for all of this information. I'm looking through it. The community, they need to go on the website and look up this information and read it and get informed. Thank you. Appreciate this. This is a lot of good information.
Thank you.
Just sort of piggybacking off of Sylvia's, Councilmember Marroquin's comment, only one of the 3 is under litigation at this time.
Correct.
The other 2 are not, but they have plans on moving forward. Okay.
I cannot say yes or no. Rather, I'm just here as an informational to be able to promote the public to be able to find out for themselves on the website.
Okay. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, information, armed with information, you can never go wrong. I mean, it helps us all steer our decisions. The more that we're informed, the better we are. As brought up, this has kind of been a very long process. So people have kind of like, oh, this was really hot and going, but then it kind of picks up, and you have these informational pieces that come out. I would imagine that after a report has been finalized and completed, it goes to a certain entity for approval processing. Are we there yet, or you don't have that information with you right now?
So this is a draft currently.
Okay.
That the draft public comment period ended in March, and so then they're gonna take those comments into consideration and add those into this draft and go forward then make sure that those concerns are addressed.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for that information. If no one has anything else, thank you, sir. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.
And we'll move on to presentation. Item number 4, Dr. Gina Nunez, is that correct? Or
Yes, you did great. This hyphenated part is M. Sherry.
I
Yeah.
shocked everyone just being able to pronounce
This is great. Thank you very much. You honor my grandmother's name, who I'm named after. So good evening, Mayor Crenshaw and members of City Council. It's great to see you here in person. I think my presentation is long overdue. Information is critical, and I'm here to present to you an update of what we're working on at San Diego State and what we offer. I'm going to put myself on a timer just so that I'm mindful of time, and we can start. So we're San Diego State Imperial Valley. We've been here in the Valley since 1959. We're the only four-year university. We have 3 masters, and we have multiple subject teaching credentials. So we started as a teaching school. We started preparing most of the students in the Valley who are now teachers. But not only that, we have been preparing students in other fields, and I'll be talking to you about that. For a long time, we were about 800 students. Now we're about 1,300 students. So we've grown 30% in the last couple of years. We're an accredited university. We have different programs that go under accreditation by the state of California. So we're part of a discrete number of universities that have now reached Tier 1 status. That means we bring in over $250 million in research funding at San Diego State. We're also a Carnegie designated community engaged university. So we have a commitment to do work that matters to our community. We have 12 degrees and are rolling out 2 new degrees in the fall in August. So we're rolling out chemistry and electrical engineering. We already have nursing and we already have public health. But we also have psychology, criminal justice. We have degrees that bring people into education, the liberal studies pipeline. We have many degrees that can support our students' desires to study here and become professionals in the Valley. Historically, we know that we've been facing a brain drain. A lot of our youth leave because they're looking for opportunities elsewhere and then they don't come back. So hearing the community, they tell us, keep our kids here, bring our kids back. So creating degrees that address the workforce is really important for San Diego State. We have, our tuition is fairly reasonable compared to other universities and compared, I think it's really important. For full-time undergraduate students, for a year, it's $8,622, $5,382 if they're going part-time. And about 70% of our students are Pell eligible, which means they completely qualify for financial aid. So a lot of people think, I don't know how I'm going to send my kids, they're not going to qualify. You'd be surprised. We have, household incomes that 70-some% of our students completely funded with financial aid. It's really important because we have high graduation rates. We can get students in and out faster than they can in San Diego. And that's important. Rather than losing our students into a system where they just burn out because they can't find classes or they're just in school for a long time, we get them in and get them out and get them into the workforce. So I want to let you know that we are building the first public student housing in the Imperial Valley, and we will be opening doors to students at IVC and SDSU on our campus in Calexico. We hope to split the beds, 40 of the beds to IVC students, 40 of the beds to San Diego State Imperial Valley students. We're very excited that ICTC is going to be opening its transportation hub so that we can hopefully connect our students from the Calexico, IVC, and Brawley campuses. Really important. And students hopefully will be able to stay on our campus and have a full campus experience. This is really important because now we have a lot more student support services, and when many people went to school, we have counseling and psychological services, we have career services, veteran affairs, we have a food pantry. This is really important because our students can get counseling, they can get services locally. We will also have intramural sports, and that gets our youth excited. This is our brand new Sciences and Technology building. We call it the Brawley Sciences and Engineering Laboratory building. We have 2 floors of laboratories. No other building of its kind exists in the entire Imperial Valley. The first floor will be designated to teaching chemistry and electrical engineering. We already have public health students on our campus taking classes this semester, but starting August of 2026, for the first time ever, we will be providing chemistry and electrical engineering degrees to the students of the Imperial Valley. This is an $80 million building supported by state legislatures and our governor. So we're very grateful that there's been a significant investment to the Imperial Valley from the California State University system and our state government. We have innovative state-of-the-art research facilities. We will have an opportunity to partner with industry, buy equipment that mirrors what industry is looking to use, addressing Lithium Valley. When we talk about Silicon Valley, we're now addressing Lithium Valley and trying to address the needs for renewable energy in our region. We have student engagement. This is something I want to spend a few minutes because I asked our faculty, where is our faculty and our students? Where are you all in El Centro? And I got responses. We are working with nursing, and we are working in El Centro Regional Center. We're doing heat analysis, patient care. We are preparing our nurses in Spanish and English. Nursing is incredibly impacted. The majority of our students are from the Imperial Valley. So that's a 3-year degree. We're now prepared to get more nurses out into the community because, as you know, during the COVID pandemic, the shortage of nurses really affected people's lives, and it affected our community in a tremendous level. Communities of color were devastated. So our community was no exception. So we have diabetes education. Dr. Stephen Jaime is now a tenure track faculty, born and raised in the Valley. We believe that we can grow our own talent. If we can raise our own students, graduate them, they turn around and they want to stay in the Valley and give back to the tech space, become leaders, mentor other students. So we have this opportunity to teach about nursing, but we also have an opportunity to teach in education. We have education programs. We partner with local education partners, and we have students doing their teaching in El Centro. We have people doing public health assessments, heat assessments, lots of opportunities for community engagement, student research, and faculty research. I also want to inform you that we have a regional resilience center and that we have faculty that can partner with you as a city, and we can do the evaluations, we can do the assessments. There's a lot of things that we can partner up with the city or with the county and go and pursue grants together, where we are the research arm of your community. And it's important that we note that although we are placed in El Centro and in Brawley, we also have a relationship with different cities. And I would like to continue to pursue opportunities for us to partner with your public library. Invite us in. Wherever you need us, you say, who in the university can address this issue? We will look at our faculty, our grad students, our undergrads. We also have Global Campus where people can take degrees online and work full-time. Majority of our students work during the day and come to school from 4 to 10 p.m. Most of our transfer students are coming from San Diego State, from IBC into San Diego State. So we have a relationship with IBC to get them in, to transfer them and get them out. But we are also heavily invested in pursuing 4-year degrees and rolling out 4-year degrees where we can bring freshmen and walk them through and get them in and get them out. 3 years of nursing, 4-year most of the degrees. So let me stop here and know if you have any questions and open up the floor. Thank you.
This has just been a long time coming. I've seen the anticipation of people wanting to have something local to keep our students local, and just to open the doors to have the nursing program and the different programs to keep them here and to have them learn locally. I'm very excited about your future, and I'm glad that that this is happening. And the program about the housing too. What is it? That you're, sorry, I seen it. But yes, I wanted to congratulate you on that as well. But I'm excited. I look forward to what you have to bring and your staff as well. And thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The student housing is $17 million.
There it
First,
is,
we
yeah,
got
the
12
student
million, and they
housing.
told us because of the pandemic, prices had gone up. We were short 5 million. So
Wow.
then we had to go back and pursue that funding, cost share it with IVC, and we came up with 5 more million. Now, a $17 million project. We're creating jobs.
Wow.
And I'm also invested in attracting talent,
Mhm.
right? And people want to have amenities and quality of life. So that's where our partnership comes in with our city government, our county government.
Mhm.
People want to choose where to live. And we have faculty living in every city in the Imperial Valley, students coming from the north to the south. We're even recruiting students from
nice.
Westmoreland, trying to not lose students to out of state,
Mhm.
you know, just keep them here if we can. They can save money if they can live at home, and then they can pursue a master's or a law
Yes.
degree or medical degree. We do have agreements with UC Medical School. We do have agreements and partnerships in Alaska. Send us your students. Most of our students are bilingual, and they're very coveted
Yes.
positions. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Councilmember Markey?
Dr. Nunez, I know that I've shared with you, my niece was in the first cohort of nursing students, and she is now a registered nurse, and she is employed full-time. And so it's a very rewarding career for her. Sometimes she's a little overwhelmed, but it's like, this is one example of, you said that, students leave the Valley. She didn't want to leave the Valley. That's unlike, other students, but, thank God that she was able to complete her education. And now she's started her career, and she's going to pursue, even go further in her education with a master's in nursing. So, it's just like the sky's the limit now. And, and I, for a period of time, I worked for the Small Business Development Center, and we were hosted by San Diego State University here. And I remember the conversations that were had about this new housing facility that, so it's just like, wow, it's been a few years, but thank God it's come to fruition, so, now you'll be able to offer a full scale of services, to the students here in the Valley. And I'm just, so impressed with I've been in your new lab building. I don't know what do you refer to it
Sciences,
as your
engineering
your
laboratories.
sciences
Yeah.
and engineering building. It's beautiful. It's so different. It's unique, so it feels like you're not even in the Valley, so that's, just kudos to you and all of your team at San Diego State for all that you're doing for our community and for your efforts in keeping our young people here in the Valley.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you.
Appreciate it. So the first floor of our new technology building is for classroom. The second floor is for partnerships with industry. So leaders, industry, they're our partners. We're working with them, trying to identify, we're the workforce development arm of the state, but we also got approved a new doctorate in nursing. Now we're preparing doctorates in nursing so they can teach future nurses. And those PhD students are taking classes in the Brawley campus. We're really excited about what is to come.
Wow.
Thank you all for your support.
I just want to give
Yes.
the other councilmember Elliott. do you have
Yes, that's very impressive, having a doctorate program or working towards it. That is really impressive. My question is, you've got these 12, oh my gosh, the 12 majors that you have now. Any idea, like how many of those your graduates are working in those fields already?
Yeah. So nursing had 100% placement.
Yeah.
All they graduated
Right.
and they were all employed.
Wow.
We also prepare public administration. A lot of our public service
Yes.
leaders come
Yes.
out of our program. Criminal justice is one of our largest majors. So we're preparing law enforcement. We're also Homeland Security. We have a master's in Homeland Security. We have a master's in nursing leadership. We have a master's in social work. So we're addressing the mental and behavioral health of our county, our entire county. And there's so
Yes.
much need. And we have students placed in every different agency and medical facility where mental health is needed. Our students are really engaged in the community because they come from the community. So my ask of people, if you're an alum or you have been blessed, think about a legacy gift. Help us with a scholarship. Find a way to say, I want my name or my family's name on that building. Come talk to us, because that's how, for me, my goal is not to recruit money for me. It's funding for a food pantry. Our students are hungry. They work and go to school. They're running to school to get to class. So many of our students are in class at 10 p.m. at night, right? And they get up and go to work. So our students are incredibly resilient. They're incredibly hardworking. They work during the day. They come take evening classes. That is such an admirable work ethic, right? So for our leaders, if you say, I want to be able to leave something behind, an endowment starts with $25,000, and that interest will always generate opportunities for students in terms of scholarships, and it will leave your family's name for perpetuity as an investor in the future of the Imperial Valley.
Yes, we're very impressed with, taking local young people, local students, and with a very modest budget, able to put them through these classes and actually end up in the job that they took their education in, right? Their degree. This is very impressive. And they're our own people, more likely to stay here and work here, raise their families here.
Yes,
That's very impressive.
That's our goal. And I came out of Calexico High School, but we used to be migrant farm workers, and we lived in El Centro. We lived in a motel. So for me to come home after my PhD, this is where I'm called to service. But I can't do this alone. I really need the support of our community leaders to believe in education. And we know of the transformative power. It opens doors. It's a key to many opportunities. So we thank you for your support. Come visit us soon.
We're not done supporting you. I just want to make sure.
And I just want to thank you for the presentation and the information.
Thank you very much. So we'll have 14 undergraduate degrees. We're going from 12 to 14 this
Wow.
August. Chemistry and electrical engineering is coming. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, this time we'll move on to consent agenda items number 4 through 7. If I could get anyone for a motion.
I'd like to motion to approve consent agenda items 4 through 7.
I'll second. 5 through 7.
We have a motion.
4 through 7.
Through 8.
5 through,
Yes, 5 through 8.
Oh, you know what? It's written,
Yeah,
it's written on the,
on
yeah,
the actual items themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
5 through 8. Yeah.
So we have a motion second for 5 through 8.
Item passes 5-0.
Good, thank you very much. Now we'll move on to new business and community sponsorship requests from Changemakers for the Black Wall Street annual 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Our city manager, Robert Sawyer.
Mr. Mayor, I believe we have Mr. Hilton Smith here to present and maybe another presenter as well.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Madam Pro Tem, council members. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here and thank you for your consideration. And also want to say happy Cinco de Mayo to you all today. As you know, this May 31st will be the 105th anniversary of the Tulsa massacre that occurred in Oklahoma. And this served as a poignant reminder of the tragic events that unfolded in 1921, when racial violence devastated the once thriving Black community of Greenwood. This sober commemoration honors those who lost their lives, their homes, and their dreams in this horrific attack fueled by hate. It is essential to remember those stories, not only to acknowledge the profound loss suffered by families, but also to educate future generations about the impact of racism and injustice. In conjunction with this remembrance, the 3-on-3 basketball tournament on May 30th, 2026 at the Community Center provides a unique opportunity to engage in community in a positive and unifying way. Sports have a remarkable ability to bring people together, fostering relationships and understanding across diverse backgrounds. By participating in this tournament, we not only pay tribute to the legacy of those affected by the massacre, but also promote healing and solidarity within our community. Bringing together kids and families through basketball allow us to celebrate resilience of hope, channeling a collective memory of the past into a commitment to a brighter future. Events like this remind us that while we cannot change history, we can definitely choose to learn from it and work towards a more inclusive and equitable society. We honor the memory of the victims of the Tulsa massacre. So let us focus on building a future marked by unity, respect, understanding for all. I want to thank you very much. I appreciate it. Any questions?
Councilmember Markey, any questions?
No, I don't have any.
Mr. Hilton, how many years have you been doing this this tournament?
Thank you. This is our third year.
Third annual. Thank you.
Yes, and we continue on, hopefully.
Yes.
I have to abstain because I'm a part of this
I
organization.
understand.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I know you're Mr. Hilton, but to me, you're just Smitty. I looked at all the young officers. That wasn't us back in those days. So
Exactly.
we appreciate that. We appreciate the information you provided, and I'll go ahead and go to our.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Mr. Mayor, it requires a motion from council with a dollar figure should you choose to donate to the.
And I think as a matter of order, if I could have you just step out for a bit. I think it's required to do that. Is that
Just want me to.
I think Joanna's on
Oh, she
online.
says that. I was
Well,
advised that.
our city attorney's online. I think maybe we need to just see if she needs to step away or if she can abstain from voting.
And just abstain from the vote.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I was advised that to make sure that it was within the requirement, we had to be actually physically.
Just have to vote as abstain.
Okay, perfect. Very good. So take a motion. I think the recommendation was for $500.
Mayor recommends 500.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a recommendation on there for $500 for this tournament. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll move to approve for the recommendation of $500.
I will second.
Motion passes with 4 and 1 abstained.
Thank you, sir. All right, moving to new business item number 10. I've been advised that we would be pulling this item and coming back for more information at a future meeting. That's correct? Okay. So item number 10 will be pulled from the new business. And we'll be moving on to item number 11, discussion and related action regarding selection of signage wording for the Clean California Downtown Beautification Project. Adriana Nava?
Hello, Honorable Mayor and Council. We discussed this in September, I believe, 2025, regarding the specific wording that you wanted to attach to some of the facilities associated with the Clean California grant. And we have a couple of areas that will have some signage. One is the 8th Street Gateway sign. The other one is the 4th Street sign and the Town Square facilities. And so the signage, it's a little bit difficult to see in the information. So I reached out to our architect who provided a realistic image of what the signage looks like at night. And so at night, each of the letters will be individually illuminated, as can be seen in the Chula Vista Fire Department. So each of those that they're proposing, although you see the rendering is not really an accurate reflection since it's not nighttime. And so I wanted you to have a realistic image. And then I included what the facility looks like at this time. One of them included a piece of an electronic sign that was pretty outdated that will be removed. And it has El Centro facing what would be 6th Street or 7th Street. And then the other one faces Main Street. And so the question here before you is whether you want to identify the facility as Town Square El Centro, simply Town Square, or just have El Centro standing up vertically. So that's option A. And then option B is just whether you want to have El Centro, Town Square. So for this, we do need preferences acknowledged. We can do it at the end. I'll go through each one of them. This is facing Main, and then facing State Street, the same thing, whether you want El Centro Town Square or just individually. Same thing here. And then whether you want it all horizontally, just all together on its own. And then 8th Street Gateway sign, people had suggested different names, Historic El Centro, Downtown, or simply Main Street in the middle. And so options are either to swap out the words Main Street and Downtown, so Downtown would be up top, and then Main Street simply in the middle, or Historic El Centro, which has been suggested in the past. And then this is kind of a realistic image of what it may look like when you look at it from a human scale, to give you a better idea. And then on 4th Street, same thing, whether you want to keep that same consistency, Main Street, Downtown, or just simply Downtown. These are questions that the architect has so that we can order the signage. And that's all. So the floor is all yours.
Councilmember Carter?
Okay, so you're asking for two different directions?
Just
For
the wording,
line?
what specifically you guys want, whether you want to just keep it as proposed, which is perfectly acceptable, or you want to modify it. You are going to be impacting the downtown, what it's going to look like probably for a very long time, because these types of changes don't happen. When we originally did the outreach, a lot of the community identified that on 4th Street, although a lot of people traverse that street, you couldn't identify that it was downtown. And so that's why we added the downtown language. But some people have said, why isn't it just Main Street or Historic El Centro? And so this is where you have an opportunity to weigh in on what your community
I know that I've heard historic El Centro a lot, so I have heard that. But I like this one, the Main Street downtown. Could you go back?
Of course.
One, please. No, it's not that one.
I'll go back to you want this image, or which one did you want?
This is the one that we seen first.
Yes.
No, it wasn't this one. If you can go up, please. Up some more. No, it wasn't that one. That
I know.
one. Yeah, the one where it's on top and bottom. Yes.
So that's what you would like to
That's
see?
the way I'm leaning.
Okay.
Yes, that one.
So you're probably gonna have to kind of keep track, because I don't
Yeah.
know if we'll all be on the same page. Is this something that, I mean, let's let everyone provide some input.
Yeah.
But I think you'll have to, that way if you can compile. But before I do so, Councilmember Markey, do you have any?
You know what I like is Town Square El Centro, like what you've got here, and then at the entrances, downtown El Centro.
Okay, downtown El Centro.
Downtown
So
El
let me
Centro.
go back.
Mhm. Yeah.
Do you want downtown on top? Or?
You know, I think I like downtown in the middle, so
Okay.
it'd be El Centro. I mean, it sounds better when you say it downtown El Centro, but when you're looking at it, the optics of it, I like downtown how it is there.
Okay.
I'm not sure about Main Street, this is like, I like El Centro.
Okay.
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 So if it's,
This is why I didn't make the choice myself.
yeah, you know what, that I was hoping to see it, like the downtown up at the top and then El Centro in the middle, but
I do want you guys to keep in mind that there will be numerous murals that also reference El Centro. And so
okay.
I think that was one of the thought processes was some people said, oh, well, people can't tell it's Main Street. And so identifying as such was another point of view.
Mhm.
El Centro is referenced throughout in different murals and different locations. So just one of those things, food for thought.
Go ahead, Sylvia.
No, I was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna say, you know what, and on second thought, I mean, I could either downtown El Centro or Main Street downtown, just like you have it here. I mean,
I'm
yeah,
not sure you're getting a
like
lot
that.
of help right now.
I know, but you know
Truly, I
what?
think that we're probably gonna end up having to write down what we,
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
and then the winner are compiled and then, but let's just,
You'll have about 1,000 choices.
no, go ahead.
By the time you're through.
Go ahead, Mark.
Is this the entrance from,
4th
8th
Street.
or 4th?
4th Street,
Okay, that's the entrance from 4th. This is the entrance from
8th Street.
Okay, well, I kind of like, Sylvia also, I kind of like, El Centro downtown or El Centro downtown or
Okay.
downtown El Centro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop it, because
downtown
when you
also.
say both, it's like,
As well as, what was the, El Centro Town Square?
Yes.
Top and
So remember, the options are for the two signage along the entrances, 8th and 4th. And then in the middle, whether it's
Yes.
whether you want to identify the town square as such. Right now, it's not identified on the facility. We've called it that informally. And so if we identify it, I think that's helpful for us. But I wanted to get your input because at the
Yes.
moment, it just simply says El Centro.
Okay, yeah, I like El Centro Town Square.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Mayor Pro Tem?
I agree with the Main Street downtown because I think El Centro is going to be repeated everywhere. The one facing 7th Street south, it's still going to have the El Centro going down.
Yes.
So is that going to be twice or?
So when we worked with the architect on that, one of them faces,
No, I mean, one faces south, I'm sorry, I mean the one facing north. It's still going to have the one.
the one that's standing up
Uh-huh.
vertically. Yes.
So then it'll be El Centro and then just that one.
There you go.
So it wouldn't be El Centro twice then, right? Because you're gonna have it going down and then across too?
You could, or you could just have El Centro and then Town Square below.
I don't know, I think that El Centro twice is too much.
Okay.
I think with the El
Works for New
Centro
York.
going there. And Town Square on the
Okay.
bottom, just centered, I think would look better because we'd be saying it twice.
Okay.
And then I'm fine with the other ones as far as the entrances on 8th and 4th with Main Street downtown.
So I'll
Okay.
turn a quick corner. Is it cost?
Hmm.
Doesn't
It's-
matter.
it's in the
all
scope.
same. Okay,
Yes.
so my thoughts is, they know they're in El Centro.
Mhm.
Downtown, town square. They already know that they're in El Centro. They're driving up. This is the downtown, that's the town square. And especially if we have the vertical, I think it's gonna be the way to go. It's simple, clean, and it tells them exactly where they're at. This event's at the town square. I'm here. Let's do this. So
Okay. So Town Square identification and keeping the El Centro vertical.
Yes,
Okay.
and Town Square.
That's,
yeah,
is that, can everybody agree on that? Okay.
Yes.
it's clear as mud.
You're terrible. Okay. And then, so for this side on State Street, El Centro Town Square or simply Town Square?
I personally like town square, but that's,
I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna say I would think on that one because it doesn't have the vertical so that it matches on each side, that it would say El Centro on each side, Town Square, only because one says it and the other doesn't, just for consistency
Yeah.
purposes.
That's fine.
So as depicted, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With El Centro on top.
Yes, yes. Okay, this one as proposed?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that's
I-
way,
again, I don't think you need to say Main Street. I mean, if you want to say downtown El Centro or El Centro downtown, or if you just want, like I said, I just put downtown, that they'll figure this out. But Main Street downtown, I mean, they gotta have a map. They know they're on Main Street.
How about
Okay.
downtown Main Street?
Me too.
Because Main Street goes all the way across, so you're just
Can't like what
say
you.
Downtown Main
downtown
Street.
Main Street, I think would be better than Main Street downtown.
See what's happening here?
Don't give us options.
I
Well,
have to because
Right,
then you're going to say, who
So,
picked this?
so actually,
Right, Liz.
that's exactly what they need is direction. So are you leaning towards Main Street downtown or downtown Main Street?
Yeah, I like downtown Main Street.
Okay.
I just-
Okay, so downtown will be up
Main
top
Street.
in
Well,
the
that's-
smaller
that's
font,
three. There
and
you
then
go.
Main Street in the middle.
Better, doesn't all fit in the middle, huh?
Then the letters would get really small.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
too
know.
small.
Uh-huh.
I know.
I didn't have a chance. All right, we're good.
You worked there too long.
Okay, and then for 4th Street, I'm assuming we can mimic the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Look at that.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
You solved something.
It's
Winner.
awesome.
Do
Thank
we,
Appreciate your
Adriana.
time. Thank you.
so we don't need a vote on this item?
In Spanish, would it be confusing with El Centro repeatedly since it's referring to that? That's why I was wondering if in Spanish would be confusing.
It definitely could be. I didn't even think of that, but certainly.
So Adriana doesn't need a vote? You're fine the way it is? No motion?
I don't think you can you vote on this?
I think
mean,
this was just an architectural,
Providing direction
yeah.
is what it says.
Because I think everything was approved. That's why I asked, was there a cost associated? Since that wasn't the case, it's already been approved. It's just confirming the.
I think Joanna has something to
So
say.
if I may, it's really the council's choice. If you want to be clear that you have consensus action in the direction you're providing, Adriana, you may take a vote. It's not a vote on a resolution or any funding, but you can indicate if you have consensus and you want that to be clear. You don't have to though. If Adriana feels that she's received the direction she needs from council, she can also move forward if that's the council's desire.
Thank you, Joanne.
In other words, if you want to show that you have consensus, you can take a motion and take an action.
Okay, just do a motion in action for the
Just
sake
to
of.
make sure.
Call for
Make
him.
it- Let's you want to make it official, huh?
Yeah, make the motion how you guys want it, so I can vote against it.
So I will motion to, okay, this would be the entrance off of 8th Street and the entrance off of 4th Street, downtown El Centro, right? Is that what we agreed
Yes.
upon?
Wait,
Downtown El
you
Centro?
guys said downtown Main Street.
No,
Oh,
downtown Main Street.
Oh, downtown Main Street. I'm
Main
sorry.
Street.
I'm sorry, we
That's why
reversed
you
that.
need
You know what?
this.
Yeah, good thing
That's
we're
why you
making
need
this
it.
official, huh? Okay, so downtown Main
Main
Street.
Street.
Okay. And then for the town square, it would be El Centro Town Square on both sides.
Yes,
Okay.
and then on the side that faces Main Street, which would be the north side,
Oh, right,
it's going to
the
be El
vertical one,
Centro,
uh-huh.
Town
And then
Square in the
Town
middle.
Square, and then on the 7th Street facing side, it would be El Centro Town Square. Or is it El Centro? Yeah, that's right. El Centro Town Square.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
And I'll second that motion.
Thank you.
City clerk, you have all that? Okay, very good.
Thank you, Joanna.
You're welcome.
Motion passes 4 with 1 no.
Told you.
I'm all what?
I was like,
Ay, ay, ay.
being difficult, right, Mike?
Did I not say that was coming? Okay. All right. We're gonna move on to, that was it for our new business. We'll be moving on to our task force reports and stuff. And Carter, would you like to start us off?
Sure. Since we were just here last week, we don't have too much. to
Yeah,
discuss,
yeah,
so
we got most
That's a
of this
good
out of our
thing.
system.
So I did attend the Dancing with the Stars, very nice event, as always. And congratulations to Tony. That was my ex-boss. I'm very proud of him. He did a good job, very good job out there. And I think that's about it. I did, talk to some consistency and stuff, but about it from last week, yeah.
Member Markey?
So I traveled to Chula Vista for the Cal JPIA's Elected Officials Summit. So this is one that's a very worthwhile event for, I guess, for more seasoned council members. We had a group of about 50 attendees from throughout the state of California. They take you through a day and a half of presentations and training. The facilitators were a retired former city manager that had been a city manager for about 40 years, and a former council member from one of the other cities in California. So they really had a lot to share in terms of the perspective of actually being in those roles. And so they took us through exercises with a mock press conference. So each, we then selected, who the speakers would be and representing the city, and they presented a scenario, and then we just based our responses on that. And then another exercise that they put us through was actually going through an interview and being filmed, during the interview. So it was very impromptu, and so again, they presented 3 different scenarios, and one of them had to do with an aquatic center with the pool, and based on our own state of the art aquatic center here, I was able to answer the questions. It's just like, and this is something they're putting you through this exercise with one of the ladies there that's just throwing questions out at you, and before you know it, they kind of throw you off, and they really make you think about on the spot impromptu interviews, because as council members and representing our cities, we're subjected to that. So
Did you bring up the pony races?
that's coming up. That's right.
Right, but you could have brought it up in your
My
interview, so.
gosh, you know what? It's just like, no, but I did give Rebecca a lot of credit during, that interview, because this was a scenario that they had a group of mothers that were arguing the point that because they were favoring different swim teams from throughout the city, that they didn't have enough time for their own children to come in and swim. And so, it was a very worthwhile exercise, because it really makes you think. And then some of the other materials, they gave us this whole binder of things, just, how to strategize, how to, work effectively with your city manager. And, it's just like, so different, points of view in terms of, the relationship between your colleagues on the council and your colleagues and together with the city manager and so on. So, this is one that I would highly recommend. They offer this particular summit every other year, because we have during election years, and then they offer the new council members and mayors academy. So this is one that I would highly recommend to attend. Okay, so thank you.
Councilmember Elliott?
Sure. This last Friday was May 1st, and downtown El Centro, we celebrated the Imperial Valley Law Enforcement Memorial Day, the 18th annual, and there was a large turnout. We had peace officers from all over the valley represented, and with their units and their sirens. Is quite loud. We actually had a flyover also of 3 planes, and it was a great time of memorial, but we had a great speaker. There was Rosalie Rojas, who was the widow of the board patrolman, Rojas, as a speaker. But we also celebrated and recognized 49 law enforcement, one at a time, very deliberately at that time. So it was very somber, but a very encouraging, very moving ceremony, and it was very well attended, and I was happy to be there, and including there was several El Centro peace officers that were listed on here, and it's just a great thing to remember and not to forget. Also, in May. This is also Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm pretty sure that IVC generally has special meetings and get-togethers around that. It's also Jewish Heritage History Month. And of course, this Sunday is going to be Mother's Day, so we want to celebrate and thank our mothers. But it's also Nurses Week is the 8th. That's tomorrow. Nurses Week is the 8th through the 12th. So we want to recognize our nurses also. And they certainly are nurses at the hospital. Some of them have almost impossible jobs, and it's a very difficult time that they go through sometimes. So we want to pray for our nurses and our hospital. And then Hospital Month is actually the 10th next week through the 16th. So just another shout out for that situation to move on, this transfer to move smoothly through. So thank you.
Very good. Mayor Pro Tem?
I had the privilege of going on the Colorado River Tour with IAD Director J.B. Hamby and a number of other officials. It was very interesting. We left like at 8 and got back about 3:30, and were able to visit all the water sites, the reservoirs, the water drops, everything. And they have a lot on their hands as well. The knowledge and so forth is amazing for that. And so I want to thank the IAD and the time they took to take all of us out to learn that. I also attended the Dancing with the Stars. That was a great fundraising event for our IVROP population. Also had a meeting yesterday with our District 30 American Legion Auxiliary President Cassandra, and with County Board of Supervisor Chairperson Peggy Price regarding our veterans and our homeless and housing. And we're looking more towards seeing how we can help our veterans obtain permanent housing. And there's a lot of ideas and avenues that we could go through. It was about a 2.5-hour meeting. It was great. So counting on more of those. And then today met with reps for vets on VA, on veteran homeless housing. So there's a lot of need that we need to put out to be addressing for our veterans. Glad that Mayor Crankshaw had the idea to bring this forward, as well as Council Member Carter. Well, I guess it was a collective effort. We're all looking to see how we could help our veterans. And I think this would be one way. I know that I have a question out about hiring preferences and seeing if we can implement that in the city for our veterans when they're looking for employment, to be able to give them preference points and so forth like that. We don't have that now, but hopefully it would be something that we can implement for them. And I think that's all I have.
Very good. Thank you so much. Yes, I just wanted to, I did attend the Dancing with the Stars. This was one of the, that was a great fundraiser event, but I did not realize it was conflicting with the law enforcement memorial. And then for me to tell my wife that we weren't going to that was going to be more dangerous. So that's one of the first ones I've ever missed. And I want to thank the staff, as always, for helping, obviously, our law enforcement. I like to thank our fire personnel, because they've always stepped up and helped us with that. And then with the widow of Robert Rosas, he was a El Centro Reserve police officer before he was USPP. And so he certainly has a place in our heart, even closer due to that connection. And then I was given a list on the mayor's mentioned. Man, that list was like growing and growing. So I said, you know what, let's try something different. So I'm calling Mario Renteria up to report out to us what the mayor mentioned might be. So
I didn't know there was pinch hitters here, Mayor.
You like that?
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, and members of the public. We have some events coming up that I think we'd like to share with the community. The Ice Cream Social and Rain on Main. The city of El Centro invites the community to enjoy a special combined ice cream social, Rain on Main, and Market Days on Friday, May 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. at the corner of 6th and Main Street, the intersection of 6th and Main Street in downtown El Centro. as construction begins on the Embellece Downtown Revitalization Project, expected to be completed in the fall of 2027. Both popular events have been brought together at one location to continue creating a fun family experience in the heart of downtown. The event will feature Rain on Main, where the El Centro Fire Department, Chapin exactly, will have a fire engine out there spraying kids for their enjoyment. You can find more information on our social media pages. Also, the City of El Centro wants to invite the community to attend the 2026 Public Works Expo on Wednesday, May 20th from 8 a.m. to noon here at the City Hall courtyard. This event will highlight the essential services provided by the Public Works Department and showcase the infrastructure that supports the community every day. It will also include a career presentation at 10 a.m. here in Council Chambers. Residents are encouraged to attend and learn more about this vital role public works play in our city. You can find more information on our social media pages. Also, the City of El Centro has invited the community to attend a virtual budget meeting on Monday, 11th at 6 p.m. Residents will have the opportunity to learn more about how local funds are used and about the city's financial planning process. More information is also on our social media page. Recently, K-9 Officer Garcia and K-9 Maverick represented the El Centro Police Department at the narcotic detection trials hosted by the University of California in San Diego. Competing against 70 highly trained K-9 teams, Maverick earned the highest overall score and was recognized as the top dog in narcotic detection. Wow. Congratulations to the team. Lastly, our National Library Week was recently celebrated at the El Centro Public Library with a series of activities recognizing literacy, creativity, and the people who help make the library a welcoming place for the community. As part of the celebration, community members cast their votes during National Library Workers' Day to recognize outstanding library staff members. Pedro was selected as Makes the Library Feel Like Home, Most Welcoming and Busy Bee. Sandra was selected as Shelf Whisperer and Fastest Checkout. Nada was selected as Tech Guru. Israel, Behind the Scenes MVP, and Enriqueta as the Storytime star. Thank you to everyone who participated, and that's it for me.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you, Mario.
I don't think I could have done it better myself, so I appreciate that. And I kind of like that, to be honest with you. I do want to do a shout to all of our mothers in our community, our mothers in our staff, our mothers here. You know, it's such a great, it's a great day. It's a great day to say thank you. And I think that, you know, we should always take that. We should do it more often, but let's certainly reach out on this day and make sure. So for my kids who are watching, make sure you call your mother. And for that, I think that before I end our city manager report.
Just a few things. Just to point out that K-9 Maverick is one of many award winners for the police department. They have past teams have won several awards as well. We have a wonderful and tremendous program and a tremendous trainer over the hill in San Diego that they work with very diligently on a weekly basis. So kudos to Fernando Garcia and K-9 Maverick, but he joins a long line of awards that the department has earned along the way. So it's nice to see that bar is continuing, and please thank him on my behalf for the dedication it takes. The time in and out of an on and off duty to work with that K-9 is tremendous, and we're reaping the benefits through a reward, but more importantly, the safety on the streets. I will add just a brief caveat to the SDSU presentation. I'm a proud father. My daughter is in her doctorate program in chemistry. She went to UCSD for her bachelor's, but it's in San Diego State for her doctorate, and was recently asked to attend the opening of the chemistry program down here and speak with local students. So selfishly, I'm a little disappointed that this wasn't available when she was younger, so I could keep her here in the Valley. I don't think she's going to return for her benefit. She's gotten used to the weather in San Diego, so she's probably happy that it didn't come along. But I asked her recently, how did it compare to where you're working now? And she said that the one here in Imperial County is far more advanced than what she's working with in San Diego County. So kudos to San Diego State for bringing state-of-the-art facility down here and doing their best to keep our youth here in the Valley and providing top-notch training. So that was really nice to see tonight and have a little bit of personal experience with it. And then lastly, I want to thank our code enforcement department, our community relations unit, and Angel and specifically. Over the last 4.5 months, they've worked diligently to clean up kind of an eyesight in our city. Mr. Redfern appeared at one of our last meetings and spoke about some homeless encampments along Interstate 8 that all of us have been aware of, and our staff has been working diligently to clean up. So I want to thank all of our staff's efforts to get that done and get it cleaned up back to where it should be, so it's not an eyesore to our city. But I also want to thank IID and Caltrans for their partnership in cleaning that facility. And there is more cleaning to come. We just actually ran out of room in the truck. So some of that had to been brought to the refuse, and they'll be back next week to clean up more. I also want to acknowledge the fact that our law enforcement officers are out there taking a proactive role, citing individuals for illegal camping, illegal dumping, and arresting for trespass when appropriate. So homelessness and those experiencing a lack of permanent shelter is something that we all face. And it's not a criminal matter per se, but when it does cross that line, our staff is taking the appropriate measures. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer than we hope, but they are working diligently behind the scenes in collaboration with all of our state and local partners to try to get that handled as quickly as possible. So again, thank you to the staff for working on that very diligently, keeping a very prudent timeline of everything and making sure that you saw it to fruition. That's all I have.
Yes, thank you very much for that. I don't get a lot of inquiries. But this was one that was front and center, and it's front and center to our community. It's kind of how we introduce ourselves to anyone passing through the Interstate 8 area. So certainly it is greatly appreciated. It's a quality of life issue. And, we always want the best for those who are down on their luck, but we need to be very mindful that there's some impacts that has that are not favorable. Reference to San Diego State, I will tell you that when my wife went through the nursing program there, you could only get your associates, and then you had to go out of county. And so now they have the bachelor's of nursing here, and for the same reason, it would have been obviously easier on our community members to be able to achieve that. And so they have definitely taken strides in the right direction. So very good. It sounds like we've got a lot of good stuff. We were just here last week, and it seems like we got a lot of stuff just in this time. So very good. I appreciate everyone, and it is 7:54. That ends this meeting.